Ready to answer some more questions from our lovely viewers?
I am.
Okay, here's the first one. It says, I was given this plant and had it in my garden window in a bowl of water. I loved it because I thought it may be too cold, but it's looking worse. Too much water, maybe?
Yep, you got it. That's an African violet, and as you probably know, they have beautiful clusters of flowers. And yes, a lot of people water them by watering from the bottom because the foliage doesn't like to get water on it. So you had it sort of right that you want to put it in a bowl of water, but you don't want it to be in there for very long. If it doesn't take the water up within a couple hours, then you drain it. It shouldn't just be sitting in it. And it probably rotted, and they actually rot even without sitting in a bowl of water. So you want to be careful. Look down in the crown, and if there's any like white fungal matter, pull those leaves off. You could always snip. The lower leaves are going to die. They're going to rot anyways, and you just pinch them off and the new leaves will come out in top. Now, they do need a lot of bright light inside to flower. A lot of people have them and they look beautiful and they just don't flower. I find that putting them along a south wall in the winter under grow lights will get them to flower. A south window in the spring and summer is great, except for up against the window, they will burn. So you want to close your blinds a little bit. So water it from the bottom, water it under the leaves, let the soil dry out a bit, and then water it. And I also recommend bottled water just because the leaves are a little sensitive. But it's actually, it doesn't look that bad. The lower leaves rotting, that's normal anyway. So it could completely be saved.
Okay, this one has to do with poinsettia. It says, how do I keep my poinsettia alive and healthy? This picture was taken this morning. It was much fuller during Christmas.
Okay, yeah, that's to be expected. I mean, the nurseries, they grow them and then they pump them out when they're looking great. And then they are in our house, and this is normal growth habit for them. When people plant them outside and they don't freeze, they become very gangly plants, and they lose the lower leaves as the new growth starts at the top. Now, the key here is you need to get it out of that soil. It's most likely in a peat soil that once it's dried out, it's very hard to re-wet peat. So if you lift it up and it's super light, water it. But also what happens is when the root ball of peat soil dries out, it will shrink away from the sides of the pot. So when you do water it, water will move to the area of least resistance, go out the side, and you're still not watering. So I would take it out of that plastic sleeve and put it in some lukewarm water to completely re-wet the root ball.
Okay.
And in spring, move it outside, prune it down, and then in the fall, put it in dark for 12 to 14 hours to get it to re-red itself. Remember, those aren't flowers, those are leaves.
Okay.
It's a lot of information.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Checklist done. Our small palm fell over in the storm. We found this little creature and small gold balls in the soil. Could that have compromised the roots?
Okay, so that to me looks like a praying mantis egg sac. Now, praying mantis are good bugs. It's a little hard to tell. I think if you turned it on the other side, it might look more like one, but I think that's what it is, and no, they're good bugs. Those little round gold balls in your soil, most likely benign fungus, and no, neither of them really hurt the root balls on it. Probably what happened is it got completely saturated. Palms, if they're young, don't have a great root system yet, and it fell over. So what I would do if it's still small, upright it, stake it with 2 stakes on either side, pull it that way, and let it move in the wind a little bit, and that will help it set down a good root system. But palms, I mean, they're transplanted, left out, it'll reroot itself, but I'm pretty sure that looks like a praying mantis sac, and those little round balls, that's just benign fungus. But with that said, you know, of course, it's going to get wet again, so hopefully it's in good draining soil.
Okay, email her, theplantLady@kmaxtv.com, or when she's not on our air, Instagram and Facebook. Marlene the Plant Lady on Facebook.
Well, it's a tale old as time, new at 9, a preview of the Beauty and the Beast.